and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaelyn. I'm a third year PhD student in History and African American Studies here at Yale, and I'm also an entrepreneur. And today I'm gonna take you through my 2023 reset. So many videos like this on YouTube and on TikTok, and although I'm a couple days behind the trend, I wanted to show you how it is that I'm using Notion in order to build out the best year yet. 2022 was an absolute game changer for my personal life, my businesses, and my research as a PhD student. And I'm hoping that 2023 is even better because we are moving to London. We are taking control of our social media channels and growing our personal brands. We are also setting goals for being financially literate and responsible. And this is just gonna be a really great year. And I'm really excited to take you along for the journey on my YouTube videos. And without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and actually jump into the Notion template because that is the main feature of today's video. And this video is kindly sponsored by Notion, which is the absolute dream partnership. If you watch my video for any amount of time, you know how much I absolutely love Notion. All of the information you need to know about how incredible this app is gonna be within the next several minutes of this video. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a reflection on 2022, as well as jump into 2023 and set some goals. Getting started, I have my personal life dashboard here, and this is based on the template that I've created that you can actually download using the link down below. I have been working with Notion and working on building Notion templates for what feels like years now, and I have come up with my own paid Notion templates that I've been selling on my website for a while now. But what I wanted to do this year in 2023 was actually create a comprehensive Notion template that has everything you could possibly need as a student, for someone who's an entrepreneur, and anybody that wants to balance all of their different activities and also maintain their goals and structure their lives around their objectives and making sure that they are reaching those objectives within the year. So the template that you can get on my website is the Your Life by Design template. And the best thing about Notion, and why I'm so excited that they're the sponsor of today's video, is that you can actually take any of the templates that they have that are free or that you can download from other creators' sites. I personally love supporting creators by purchasing their Notion templates and figuring out how to make it work for me, which is why I wanted to create one that would work for you all. And you can go ahead and customize it based on the structure that I've set up. So for example, all of the graphics that you see here, you can actually use the links within the template in order to make changes. This primary dashboard just has some of the general basics included, and you can look at my time management videos and my other Notion videos in order to see how it is that I use the different pages. And if you would like a full comprehensive video on this template, I'm happy to do that. But today we're going to be focusing on the 2023 annual plan dashboard. So when you purchase the template, this is what it ends up coming out like. And what's really cool about Notion is that you can embed things like Spotify, you can embed your calendar. With the template that I built, I have all of these different graphics and things, but I also embedded different planning methods that you can use in order to ensure that you have the best year yet. This template is actually inspired by my friend Elizabeth. Elizabeth has her Dream Designer Planner. It's free. She has a Notion template and she makes these incredible monthly reset videos. She also has her 12-week transformation system. I actually purchased her Notion template and I have been using her system for myself. And there are a couple different elements that I really thought would be useful for your annual plan. This does not include all the things in her template because that is something that you can purchase on her website. But for example, I love that she broke down her reflections and transformations by category. And I tweaked them a little bit because the things that I think us scholarpreneurs want to be focusing on is your academic life, building your businesses, your personal brand, and all those things. So I wanted to break it up a little bit, but I just loved that she used that system. And another thing that is similar and is inspired by Elizabeth is this quarterly breakdown. Her system is so much more comprehensive and it has so much more in it, but this quarterly system breaks things down by the month as well as by the week. So you can think about not only your annual goals and the things that you would like to achieve in 2023, but also add actionable steps in order to get you there. There are also some things so you can reflect every single month, and you can also add your own goals and your own reflections for each month, as well as, for example, add a vision board if you're somebody that wants to be able to visualize your goals. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into my own. I use the template that I built, but I have incorporated all of my own goals into this. And like I said, a lot of these systems are inspired by Elizabeth, and this board that I created for myself does incorporate some of the elements from her planner. So again, if you want to incorporate some of those things into your own Notion template, or if you want to think about your year in terms of the 12-week transformation system, then I highly recommend going and checking out Elizabeth's content. So to begin, the My Life by Design model has 3 different kind of breakdowns for the overall year. And one thing, not just for the year, but an overall dream of mine is, for example, to live in a London flat with my partner and my dog Moo, running my businesses, Accepted Consulting, Accepted Society, and a business you guys don't get to know about yet, and publishing books about history, social media, and productivity, in addition to running a successful online brand which inspires people from around the world to share their passions and pursue their goals with confidence. In order to make that dream happen, we have a couple different goals, and this is really specific to 2023. I will, 1, advance to candidacy. I'm a 3rd-year PhD student, and that means that we are heading into the stage where I get to begin writing my dissertation, and that requires me to pass my qualifying exams as well as to defend my prospectus. 2, I will secure funding to perform research in the UK. And 3rd, I will move to the UK. I plan to move to London in mid-June, and I'm really excited for that move. I'm going to be making a lot of content about it. So if you want more information about the move and all of that, then go ahead and stick around for sure. Number 4 is that I would like to travel. I actually have a couple different things that I've put down in my overall goals to make that happen. Number 5 is to submit a peer-reviewed article. I've been working on an article for a couple of years now, and it's about at the point where I really do need to submit it for peer review. However, I've been avoiding getting it published because I just fear the feedback, and I'm going to try to get over that and submit it this year. 6 is to launch a new business venture. Number 7 is to reach 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is a massive, massive reach, and I tend not to push for having goals that have a number that is outside of your control. However, the one thing about YouTube that's a little bit different than the other social media platforms is that the algorithm is something that is more easily understood and allows for you to actually develop strategy to reach those goals. And so I feel a little bit more confident having a number put down for where I want to be with my YouTube channel, but I also know what I need to do each week, each month, each quarter in order to make that goal happen. And I'll show you how it is that I broke that down in a second. Number 8 is to double my monthly income. My consulting firm that I started is a business that reinvests in itself. And although Accepted Consulting makes it so that way I can travel to conferences and I can do other things on behalf of the business that I believe are important things for me to engage in order to build the business, I don't actually make direct income from Accepted. However, I do make direct income from YouTube and my personal brand. So my goal this year is to take my personal PhD stipend and try to double that with the income that I make from my personal brand. Number 9 is to begin writing my dissertation. I will be doing dissertation research this summer once I've advanced to candidacy, and I would like to begin the writing stage by the end of the summer and the end of this year. Accountability, these are things that you can do in order to protect your goals, and I said that in order to protect my time and mental health, I will dedicate 1 day per week to my social media content, 1 to Accepted Consulting and Accepted Society, 4 to my PhD research and teaching, and 1 to resting. I have been really bad about separating my days, and even though I tend to work between 9-12 hour days, sometimes more, sometimes less, the one thing that I'm losing a lot of time with and I've been less efficient with is actually just focusing on one thing per day. And I did notice that at the beginning of last year, I was going to campus and spending the full day on campus, and that was really helping my overall productivity and ability to focus on my research and preparing for comprehensive exams. One thing that I'm really going to be focusing on this year is spending 4 complete days on campus or really focused on the PhD research and preparing for teaching, and then have a day that I can focus on social media. That means editing a YouTube video or filming or creating TikTok content, that kind of thing. I will likely end up needing to do 5 days a week for the PhD, in which case that's going to dump into one of the accepted days. That way I know that I'm separating my time and hopefully being more efficient and productive. Now I've scrolled down and I have my 2022 reflection and 2023 transformation. And when you go into the 2022 reflection, these are all of the different categories that you saw in the template But in addition to that, I've also broken it down into positives and things that I want to improve. So instead of saying that X and Y and Z positive thing happened this year and XYZ negative thing happened this year, I wanted instead to think about the things that maybe weren't working very well and that I want to improve on, and then also highlight some of the things that I don't want to forget were really positive. So for example, in my personal reflection section, I said that my word for 2022 was flow. While my initial intention was to focus on establishing systems which quote unquote flowed naturally, what wound up happening was the discovery of what did and did not flow and what in turn was causing friction. I no longer wish to force anything, not that I do not want to put in effort, but I want to dedicate myself to the projects, people, and activities which align with my goals and make sense for my day-to-day life. Here are some things that I'm holding on to and I'm grateful for. I think it's really important to think about the things that you're grateful for. There is science behind actually writing down the things that you're grateful for every day, and so I just wanted to reflect on that. One is my friendship with Katie and Chanel. I've grown really close with the two of them over this last year. I work with them at Accepted. Chanel is my assistant and Katie is the marketing director, but we are also a really great group of friends, and I honestly don't know where I'd be without them. They feel like family to me, and they have just been a highlight of my last year. Two is my little dog, Moo. I just absolutely love her, and I just wanted to put her in here because she's so special to me. Number three is podcasts and reading on productivity. This last year, I did a lot of work listening to podcasts and reading a lot of productivity books, and that included Stephen Bartlett's book, Ali Abdaal's podcast, Brené Brown, Simon Sinek, etc. I have really loved getting to read more books on productivity, efficiency, neuroscience, etc. And it's just something that I really enjoyed doing in the last year, and that's something that I want to remember to continue doing. And then number four was speaking at the Silence Will Not Protect You conference on sexual violence at Oxford last year. It was a time that I would probably tend to say was a negative point within the year. However, going and speaking at the conference and meeting with other women and being able to fight for a cause that I really felt strongly about, still feel really strongly about, was really gratifying, and though it was really challenging, I'm glad that I did it, and so it's something that I wanted to acknowledge. And things that I want to improve, I said that overall, there is a lot I need to address in terms of my overall well-being and creating systems which are more sustainable. I was all over the place last year. I didn't really feel like I had systems that were working. We did a lot of scaling with the businesses. A lot of things changed within my PhD and my overall day-to-day. That meant that my systems were a little all over the place, and so the next year is really focused on sustainability. The next category is health. I said I developed a healthy relationship with fitness again. That was wonderful. I used to be a professional athlete, and I really struggled with fitness and feeling like I had a positive relationship with my body and with fitness after having left my professional athletics career, but I have discovered classes that I really liked, and I am really enjoying it again. Two, I sought out testing for my heart. There's a lot of heart conditions in my family, and so I took care of actually going and meeting with a cardiologist this last year. I began riding horses again, which has been really good for me, and I also enrolled in therapy. Things that I do want to improve, however, is that I do need to take care of my dental health. I'm sure there are many of us who are avoiding the dentist. I hate them. I have so much anxiety every time I have to go, but it's something I do really need to address in this next year because I do have dental coverage here in New Haven, but I will not once I leave New Haven. And two, I need to schedule a routine checkup before I leave New Haven. Like I said, my insurance covers quite a lot when I'm living here in New Haven, but I don't have that coverage when I leave New Haven, so that's something I need to focus on. The next is relationship. I am not going to talk about this one because this is something that is private, but I have been with my partner for 6 months, and I'm really excited for us to live in the same city starting this summer. Next, we've got academic life. One, I submitted my complete perspectives draft to my advisor, and I'm very happy with the progression of my dissertation idea. I really feel like my research has developed a lot in the last year, and I'm really excited for how it's gone, and I'm really excited to see where it goes when I begin the actual archival research. Two, I found I really enjoy teaching and getting to know my students. I am really excited to actually teach this spring, and that was something I figured I would enjoy, but I actually liked it a whole lot more than I thought I was going to. And three, I've networked and made an effort to actively engage with scholars in the field. I attended conferences this last year and really made an effort to communicate with other people within my field of study, which has been really good. It's something I do want to continue improving upon, but it's something I did make an effort to improve in the last year. Then for things to improve in 2023, I want to follow up on opportunities and communicate more quickly via email. I just get so many emails every day and I've just gotten really behind on my inbox. So that's something I want to improve upon. 2, I want to build more confidence in working and communicating with my advisor and accepting feedback. I just am so feedback averse because I'm so worried that somebody thinks that I'm not working hard enough, or I just have a lot of insecurities about it. And so I tend to avoid communicating with my committee. However, that is something I need to work on. And 3, sticking to writing deadlines, even if they're extended. The thing about the PhD is that all the deadlines that you are given are kind of flexible. And the challenge with that is that if anything's flexible, then deadlines don't exist, essentially. Although there is a set of deadlines that you were told, most of the time you can ask for an extension and it's going to be fine. But I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying not to use that particular resource. And for business, accepted reflections in 2022, accepted scaled significantly and had a team of 13 over the summer. We also enrolled over 300 clients and increased our revenue significantly in the last year. Overall, it was the most successful year yet and also highlighted many of the areas where we needed to improve. Accepted Society is ending the year with a total enrollment of 115 members. Accepted Society is a project that I just didn't really ever see becoming a business, but it's been so fun because I get to build it with my team. And I really feel that they have so much more of a say in the direction that it goes because we don't have a really strict set of goals for the business. And while if you're trying to scale a business, that is a bad idea, Accepted Society, we've just allowed to kind of grow organically. And I think that that's been really cool to watch, is just to see how it is that people interact with it and use the resources that the community offers. I think it's a really cool business idea, and I also just really like watching how it's developed. I said that Katie and Madison have done an excellent job with content creation with good reach, and now I want to focus on consistency. Katie and Madison have absolutely been killing it with the marketing team and making content for Accepted Society in particular, and that is something that I just want to commend them for. They've done a really good job with it. And now I just want to focus on posting more consistently. Some things to improve in the businesses overall. I've learned so much more about management and leadership in this past year than I have at any other point in my life. Managing a team is so much more difficult than anybody will ever be able to convey to you unless you've actually gone through the experience. I've also realized in the last year how unsustainable some of the scaling methods that I implemented were. I scaled the team significantly. I think we actually tripled the size of the team in a single year, which on the one hand was great because we got to help a more significant number of clients and we got to engage in more projects. And there are going to be many things that we're going to be implementing to improve next year. I also learned that I don't want a large team. Managing a large team is not something that I think I am very good at. It's not something that I really enjoy doing. And I want to keep the team basically at the size that it is. And I don't plan on making very many hiring decisions in the next year. I really want to centralize the team and really focus on us having a core team that is really strong. 2023 is all about refining systems and establishing a more sustainable business model. As for my personal brand, 2022 was my least consistent, yet my most successful year on social media. I gained over 50,000 subscribers on YouTube thanks to my How to Read video. And I also surpassed many of the goals that I had for my social media. I think I was really good about posting short form video content, but I was really inconsistent with YouTube. And something I really want to focus on is being more consistent in terms of my posting and actively focusing on making my content better. And then the area that needs the most improvement is financial well-being. So while this was my most financially successful year, which allowed me to travel, it allowed me to see friends, attend conferences, and all of those things, I just felt like I didn't have a good handle on my finances and I didn't have a good understanding of where everything was and how it is to communicate with the accountant and all of those things. And so there are a couple different things that I'll be implementing in 2023 in order to improve my financial literacy as well as to just overall have a better understanding of my finances. So now let's go to the 2023 transformation. Personal, I said in 2023, I want to dedicate myself to building a life and routine in London, which is both exciting and reliable. I'll have a weekly schedule which allows enough time for research, content creation, and running my businesses while also having the ability to take time off, travel, and enjoy spending time with friends. As for the overall goals in the personal category, I'll be moving to London with Moo. I hope to do a week-long trip with my partner in Germany. I also added here, use social lock from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. every day or every weekday. I use the app Opal in order to block apps on my phone, so that way I don't have access to my email or to TikTok and all of those things. And that has been really good for my overall mental health. Next, we've got health. Like I said, I want to go see the dentist. I need to make sure that I am scheduling a routine checkup. I also have to go get some blood testing to get my iron checked. And so those are a couple of things that I want to make sure that I am addressing in 2023. I'm not going to go over things about my personal relationship in the next category, but I will say that one thing that I am focusing on this year is actually setting up goals for my friendships and my relationship, not only just wanting to spend more time with them, but also actually setting up things that we're working towards. So for example, my partner and I are going to be going on a trip to Germany at some point this summer. So planning that and also having a financial goal that I am working towards that will benefit our relationship in the long run. And I also want to set up like friendship goals, so to speak. So for example, working with Katie or Chanel or Danielle to do a trip, just the two of us at some point. That's something I want to make a point of doing in 2023. Now on to academic life. In 2023, I will pass my comprehensive exam, successfully defend my prospectus, and move to the UK for research. And I'm also going to hopefully, fingers crossed, all of you, please pray for me, get a fellowship for grant funding for research. Next, we've got the business. I would love to open a branch of Accepted in the UK. I don't know how to go about that. I'm still trying to figure out the process. So do not ask me until this summer when I hopefully figure it out. And then we also are launching 2 different courses for Accepted Consulting. We're changing the business model a little bit. I'll talk about that in my life update video, but there are some pretty big changes coming to Accepted Consulting this year. I'd also like to speak at a conference or at a school. So if you are at a university or you're at a transfer center or a community college, or if you're in a high school and you would love for myself to come speak on non-traditional routes to higher education, please reach out to me. I would love to come speak. Public speaking is a major goal of mine in general, not just for 2023. Accepted Society, I would love to reach 250 members. I just want to expand our membership. It's not something that's really important to me in terms of the number, but I would just love to increase the reach so we can offer more for our members. I'd also like to host some live meetups this year. So New York, Boston, and London, hopefully. Host the research symposium. We hosted one back in August and it went really well. It was really cool getting to hear all about all the research that our members are doing. And I would also like to schedule a team retreat as a way to say thank you to the team, as well as for us all to get together and work on ideas and everything. And then we are also relaunching the podcast. So Katie and I have the Scholarpreneurs podcast, and that's something that I would really like to relaunch in 2023. Next, we've got personal brand. Here I said this will be my growth year where I branch out and create content which reaches new audiences and puts my creativity to the test. This year, I'll learn and actively seek opportunities to improve the quality of my content. And I have a couple different particular goals. And one thing that I would really love to do is to branch out into tech and to hopefully work with a company like Samsung or LG. I just really love tech, so would really love to do that. And I would also like to speak at another education conference such as EBV. And of course, I want to upload more YouTube videos. So in addition to having that 250 subscribers, massive goal is that I would like to have 425 YouTube videos uploaded. I think I'm around 350 right now. And so one of my goals is to post a lot of videos this year. And I'll break that down by week and by quarter. Financial well-being. I said this is the year of saving. I will be setting up a high yield savings account for an emergency fund, Accepted's taxes, as well as my personal LLC's taxes. And I would like to save 10% of my overall income each month towards that emergency fund. Then I have it broken down by quarter. I added the check-in that Elizabeth has in her template. However, I changed it a little bit because there were a couple different things I wanted to add and change. And so I did a little check-in to see where I'm at the beginning of the year, and then you can go all the way to the end and add a rating at the end of each quarter. Then the thing that is missing from the template that you can purchase on the website is the 12-week transformation, which is what I've gotten out of Elizabeth's system. And I will just share one of them. So I have passed my comprehensive exams with distinction. And so she has it broken down by all of these different categories on getting specific, how you're going to achieve those goals and what action steps you're going to take. I just really like the way that this is set up. It really just allows you to think about how it is that you're going to go about your goals and think about it strategically rather than just setting these really big overarching goals that don't have kind of grounding and actionable steps. I hope that you enjoyed today's video and are looking forward to using the Notion template to go ahead and set your own goals as well as to develop your quarterly 12-week goals. And in 2023, our main focus is persistence and consistency. Thank you so much to Notion for sponsoring today's video. I absolutely love you guys, and I'm so excited that we got to partner up with Notion for this video. And I am just absolutely thrilled to see what 2023 has in store. And if you are too, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit the like if you enjoyed this video, and comment down below what your top 3 goals for 2023 are. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.